Yeah, obviously there was some amendments that were approved last night at the council, some changes to what was proposed by your coalition group. Just your reaction to that, really.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's always a disappointment when your budget doesn't go through, because that contained our aspirations and things we want to deliver for our community in this forthcoming year. But I think the biggest disappointment, and for many people in the community, is the rewilding. So it hasn't killed the rewilding project, but it has set it back tremendously. And this is removed 666. Maybe we should have changed that number, the number of the devil, before we put it in the budget. So £666,000 has been removed, which is capital support for the development of the project. And a full-time project officer has been removed as well. So these things accelerate the projects. I mean, we have a huge kind of like cadre of the supporting agencies. So we've got the Environment Agency, we've got the Mersey Rivers Trust, we've got the Leicestershire and Wildlife Trust, Natural England. It just goes on and on. So everyone wants to be involved with this. And as Phil Knowles rightly says, this is a nationally significant project. So that's the biggest disappointment. And there were some good ideas. So the disabled play equipment has been talked about in the past, and I think we had somebody going around surveying. I don't know what the results are on that yet. So that is a good idea. And I did put a tick against one of the others. What's that one? Yeah, the sort of supporting the nighttime industry. So as we mentioned in the community governance review one. The nighttime economy is struggling, so hospitality in its entirety. So we would have supported those, and we would have included them if they'd been brought forward earlier. There are two in here which we don't think we can legally implement either. So that just comes to time will tell on that. So yeah, disappointment, but that is the way the things are. So we've had two hard-fought by-elections which have reduced the coalition numbers, and so yeah. It's par for the course, Nick.
I know the rewilding is something, well, for your party, you're particularly passionate about. So you'd want to see that obviously continue in some.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just think rewilding. I mean, the Councillor King has variously called it spaffing money up the wall, and it said at one point that we should build houses on it. But it was a strategic decision to buy this land, not just for the rewilding. We have that's where our depot is for the waste contract, and we don't own it. Yeah, the opportunity to buy it was declined by the previous administration, and when you're doing a procurement exercise and you have nowhere to operate that service from, that kind of like restricts your options. So this land was purchased mainly to begin with to allow us to get planning for a depot. And the rest of the land that came with it, it's a Brucey bonus. Oh, look what we can do with this. We can rewild it. We can as a parent with young children, the nearest place I can take my children to that's woods is either Dingley Woods, which is actually private, or East Colton Park. So you need to drive out of our community, whereas we should have this stuff close to home. And as it's often mooted, we live in one of the most sort of nature depleted parts of the country, in the most nature depleted country in Europe, which is pretty much in the world. So yeah, it was really a great aspiration. As we say, it's not dead, but we're now reliant on pulling funding into the project, not actually sort of driving it ourselves.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nick. Isn't he great?
Thanks,